computer. There we go. So that should be fine. So everything's excellent. People can hear me and we're ready to go. So this is an introduction to the Breakfast Club. So this is something that was conceived by Des as a way of basically helping people in the mornings when they want to try and catch some pips early in the morning. So he thought it was a great idea to create a breakfast club, and he scoured and looked for an educator that basically suited that, and he came across Baz Quayman. He's an excellent educator and a good friend of the Academy, and he's been able to help a lot of people catch pips in the morning, but also learn a skill. So it's part of our learn and earn method that we have in the Academy, which is amazing. So let's go through the agenda for today. You're going to talk about how you're going to access the sessions on Go Live. I'm going to talk a bit about the pivot tool, risk management, so lot sizes, daily stop loss, and big stop loss, placing trades, keywords you need to look for when Baz talks about them, and also like moving your stop loss to break even or modifying a trade, using Core Levels app. So there's an app that I use called Core Levels, which is amazing. Also, the Ichimoku Cloud. So I'll explain what that is because Baz uses it a lot. The Infinity tool, it's not out yet, but I'll give you a bit of a preview of how it works. Really great tool that's coming out. Any personal development. So if some of you are interested in doing or using pivot tools, there's some, two educators that use pivot tools, which is Baz and also Lee Allen. Pivot settings, someone mentioned to me pivot settings, so I'm going to show you the pivot settings as well, which are amazing. But also supporting apps, so there's other apps as well, and other educators that you may be interested in as well to help you out. So this is mainly about for beginners, people who are starting out, helping them to adjust. A lot of people are starting out going, how do I get into the Breakfast Club? How do I use it? How do I learn? And like I said, learn and earn at the same time with Baz, but also to find your way around things. So for me personally, I use this as an opportunity for people in my team to, especially new people, to learn how to place trades. So it's a great opportunity to learn from an educator how educators work and also place trades. So how to access the sessions. So what we need to do is, obviously there's many ways you can get onto it. So you can go through golive.com, golot.im, or you can go through the IM Center. So let me just quickly show you. So quickly and easy. So there's two ways you can go into it. So here's my webpage. Hopefully you can see this. Can everyone see it? Let's see. Can you put a 1 in the chat for me if you can see my webpage? Excellent. Thank you, Anne-Marie. So this is one way. This is Go Live. You can access it through this way. And the other way is the IM Center, which has a link to the Go Live as well. There's also a mobile app, which I'll talk about at the end. Okay, so you can access this through Go Live or the IM Center. Very easy to do and everything else. So if I go for the IM Center first, when you log in with your username and password, you click on it, you get into the IM Center. And on the left-hand side of the screen, you will find there is an option for Go Live right here. So similarly, it will take you to this web page, and you've got to log in with your username and password and select submit. Now, what will happen is you will go into Go Live. Now, to access the live sessions, there are many different ways you can do to access it. Now, one way I usually do is I see here these 3 dots when I log in here. Another person. You click on these 3 dots and you see it says live channels. You can also see the live channels at the bottom, like so you can see who's live, which is amazing. So when I click on this icon here for the live channels, it will open up another tab and I'll be able to see who's live. So this is what I usually do in the morning, so I can see, and it refreshes. This one refreshes compared to the one at the bottom, and you can see who's live at the bottom as well. See live here, and as it refreshes, you'll see when Baz is live. Now to find Baz, and I will put these instructions on for you to find him and everything else, and don't forget, this is recorded, so do not worry. You scroll down and they've updated the website, which is brilliant. You can just go to FRX and then you click on the icon here. Now this will take you to the FRX channel. And this is where you can find all the Forex educators And as you've got, some of you have got the platinum package, you'll be able to access all the educators that are in this section, okay? Any additional packages that you may have, okay, you will need to have those packages. If you have the elite one, you have all of them. So that's no problem. But if you've only got the 4X one, let me just load up there. There we go. So you only have the 4X, then you can access all those ones. If you have high frequency, which is binary trading, then you have access to all the educators there, digital currencies, and also a future one that's going to happen in September, which is the e-commerce channel, which opened in September. So you can click on it there. You can see I don't have the privileges because I'm not a chairman yet. Here are all the different ones specific to the packages that you may have. So if you have the harmonics, which we all have, so you access this one. So it's no problem, you can access that. That's harmonics training. So you'll find Manny in there and so forth. If you've got swipe coins, DeLorean, pivots, bounce back, steady, these are all the ones you can access. You can access the mindset motivation because that's Bob Proctor. So everyone has access to that when you want to see Bob Proctor on a Thursday. So it's fine. So to find badge, you go to FRX and click on that. Now what happens is it will go into there and it will give you options for different educators based on their the level of knowledge that you need. So 100 series, 200 series, 300 series. I usually click on the 300 series at the top, and what it will take me to is all the educators who are in the advanced section of learning. And when I scroll down, you'll find Baz. So Baz is here. His timings are incorrect, but it's 6:30 to 7:30 UK time. So sometimes he does run a bit late, but he does put notifications in Pip Talk. Okay, so if you've got the Pip Talk app, you can download the IM Academy app and you get Pip Talk. But also, if you go to Pip Talk in the IM Center, you can get notifications from that as well. So if you download the IM Academy app, you can get the Pip Talk. So if you go Pip Talks, and you can see here, if you select pivots, and you see I've got an alarm there, I subscribe to that one because he posts in the pivot one. But if I want to find him, he's usually on page 3. Let's see. It's a bit slow. There we go. So you usually find him here. Is it page 3 or page 2? But he's here anyway. Let me try page 4. There we go. No, oh, wrong. I bet it's page 2. There we go. Lee Allen, Ballet, Granville. No, let's find him. Don't worry. He's here somewhere. That's the IBO one. I bet I passed him already, haven't I? There isn't something wrong with the mobile app. It isn't working properly. Okay, yeah, it works properly for me. So what I would suggest to there is download it, uninstall it and download it again, because I do get notifications from him. So I got one this morning and he said to me that he's basically going to be on half an hour, or he lets you know. So it's basically his way of communicating with you if he's running late. So you can see here next notifications for different sessions that he does from personally. So you can see here live session, that's London Daybreak, and you can see all of the trades that he's done that hit take profit today, and he lets you know when he's coming on, if there's any issues or so forth. So you get the notifications there. So try uninstall it, reinstall it. You can have the app. I can give you, actually, I can show you the app right now if you would like to see it on my phone. Let's see. Let's see if my phone comes up. And there you go. So there's my phone. So I've got the IM app, IM Academy app. So when I go into it and you type in your username and password, so you're able to access it. So it shouldn't be a problem to access the Pip Talk. And when you get a notification, you should see them on the top. And sometimes it'll say, you've got a notification, head over to that page. So you can see it's loading up. There we go, see? So what I do is I click on Pip Talk at the bottom, and then if I select my Pip Talk, it'll show me all the ones that I've subscribed to. So you can see Baz is there, and you can see that all of the notifications that he had put out in there as well. But also you can see from here at the top, there is the notifications to the educators that I subscribe to. Okay, So try and uninstall it, reinstall it, and you should be fine. Let me just disconnect. There we go. Let's get back. So once you click on Baz, like so, it will open up. Now, what you'll find some of the times is that you'll see a screen like this with this date on it, which means he's not live. Okay, so don't get confused thinking he's live. You're going to watch it. You're not going to watch him. That's not live. Okay. What is live? You're going to have a little play symbol. When it goes like that, it means that he's ready to go. He's going to be live. If it looks like this, no. Okay. It's got to have the play symbol. So that's the main thing you've got to look at. Have the play symbol. When you know it's about to go live, you're ready to go. Okay. So, bang. Also, there is a chat. So people communicate in there. You can have a chat. He'll talk to you and everything else. So you can communicate with him, ask him questions. That's the good thing about this. When you have an educator, no matter which educator you're going to, when they're live, you can communicate with them. They check the chat. They can talk to you. So they are your tutor. They are your educator. What I usually do is I put on the active scroller. So when I'm up and it's moving, it'll move down, it will stay down and keep up to date with the latest conversation, the messages. So it's a great tool there. You select that. And also you can select your messages, the ones you've put in, and you see you can go there as well. See, there we go. So yeah, when you get the play symbol, you're going to access Baz there. So that's amazing. So like I said, golive.im, type in username and password. You go to FRX, click on 300, scroll down and find Baz. That's not the correct one, but when you see a play symbol, you're ready to go. 6:30 in the morning, sometimes he runs a bit late and there might be technical difficulties. That's why if you have a chance, use Pip Talk. Look out for the notifications in the group as well. Sometimes I drop a notification in there because I've got a few people in my team who go in there as well. So I drop them in to different groups. Okay, is everyone okay so far? Can you put a 2 in the chat, please? I know it's quiet and I'll put everyone on mute, didn't I? Is everyone okay with that? Yep. Thanks for the comment, Philip. I did see that. Yeah, chairman very soon. Yeah. Excellent. Great. Now, let me just continue. Excellent. So let me tell you about the pivot tool. So Baz uses the pivot tool and it has many different pivot levels, and these are zones, and you'll start learning about them when you watch him. So what happens is Baz operates between the R8 and the S0. So he's got 2 different areas he goes into. But sometimes when trades go off, he takes the trades down to like the S1 or to the R7, or sometimes to the R8 or the S0. So these are like zones, and sometimes the price will not basically stay and hit there exactly. They will go around them. They will go around them and so forth. Sometimes they go even more. So they go down further. And when you start learning about pivots, it's really good because then it's a good skill to see where things are going. So I've been doing a lot of research on using pivots in terms of using it for helping me see where some of my trades are going, especially like ones that I do in currencies, DAX as well. So I can see which trades have been oversold, for example, or overbought. So I can look at that way and go, actually, we can go down on that one. So when it hits a certain points like -1, -2, -3, or +1, +2, +3, you look at the -1 and the +1. That's 75% chance of that trade going in for a reversal. So either going down for a sell or up for a buy. When it hits the +2 or the -2, you're looking at about 95% for a reversal. So those are literally going to go back, down, or up. And this one is extremely extra overshot. So you're looking at basically looking for it to go up for a buy or down for a sell. And it's a great tool. To learn more about it, I will talk to you about where you can learn more about the pivot lines and so forth as well. If you do look into getting the pivot package on top, like the pivot add-on, on top of what you've got for your package, there are some tutorials I will advise you on where you can watch and learn about how the pivot lines work and what you can do. There's a great video from one of my other favorite educators who does pivots as well. But yeah, Baz usually operates between the R8 and the S0. So these are the areas he works from, and he uses it in a way where he will teach you about it. So it's for you to get to know and understand. So a lot of you are beginners, you're trying to start out, you're learning about it. So there are videos. I know Matt covered some stuff last week, and I'll advise you where else to go as well. So if you do want to watch that video, Matt covers quite a bit of that. So it's a great way for you to learn about that as well. But these are the pivot lines for you to understand. So if some of you do have the pivots and you're going, okay, I've got a trade and it's coming up to here. I'm looking at it. Okay, it looks like it's overshot. I'm waiting for it to come down, and then I might trade from the R8. So it might be overshot. You're waiting for it to come down. You might put a pending order, which I'll go into in a bit. So don't worry about that. So the pivot lines, these are the pivot tools, and these are the different lines, and you learn about it from Baz as well, and you'll see it in his trades. So let me give you an example, actually, because I've got my pivots open myself. So there we go. So you can see, here's the pivot tool, like so, bang. So it gives you different lines, and you can see +3 and so forth, and you can see here, this one here, NZD, JPY, you can see that it is oversold. It's hovering around here, this zone here, so it's basically in the consolidation. So it's making some decisions before it might continue to go down or go up. But it's for me, it's about 75% sure it could go up. So it's a good way, an indicator for you to know and understand that. So it's great. All right, I'm making some good progress. All right, risk management. Baz always goes on about risk management, and it's important that you understand. So the thing about it is that you need to understand the maximum lot sizes that you need. Now, lot sizes is the amount of risk that you're going to use in doing your account. So for every £100 that you have in your account, your lot size will be 0.01. So you're risking 10 pence per pip. Okay, 10 pence per pip. So for example, if you had a trade that was 10 pips and you were and it went to your take profit, how much would you make theoretically? Anybody put in the chat, let's see, how much would you make? If you had a trade that was at 0.01 lot size and you had a take profit of 10 pips, how much would you make from that trade? And your account is £100. Let's see if anybody can guess that in the chat. Someone's put 10. Okay. 10p per pip. And there's 10. Okay, Philip, thank you. Yeah, Anne-Marie, 1. Yeah, £1. Okay. So theoretically, you make £1 per pip. Okay. So you want £1 in total for those 10 pips. But also, if you had a stop loss of 10 pips, you would lose £1. Now, what Baz does is he creates two types of stop losses. He has a daily stop loss and a big stop loss. Now, the daily stop loss gives you a result today, whether positive or negative. Now, positive, what I mean by positive is that you'll hit take profit or you will close with profit. Negative could be basically you hit your stop loss. So you're going to get a result. So it's going to be inside the range where it could pull back. So Baz always says things like it's in a drawdown. So drawdown means it's basically in a negative price and you're in a loss at the moment. And literally it's going to hit that stop loss. Now he has a big stop loss. Now a big stop loss gives it even more and greater room for it to move. So you might go past that stop loss and then reverse back and then come back for a take profit. But it gives you time in your account, because I've had times where I've done trades and I've had the big stop loss. And I think one trade literally closed last week, Wednesday, and it was open for 8 days. So literally it was taking 8 days for it to come back down and hit my profit. But sometimes those big stop losses do get hit as well. So it is a risk that you have to take that. So he does say don't have too many trades running at the same time. So his recommendation is 5 trades in total. That includes from other educators as well. So sometimes if you know you're going to get close to your trades in profit, sometimes I close out some trades. I'm happy with the profit. I close them out because I know I'm going to do other trades in the day. If I've got 5 trades running, I can't do any other trades because I risk blowing my account. And it's important that you don't overtrade as well. So I've had many people all over time Someone traded about 10 trades and so forth. Okay, how do you calculate lots with pips? I'm a bit confused. Okay, so it's very, very easy. Jess, imagine if you had £500. What do you think your maximum lot size would be? So if it's 0.01 lot and it's for every £100, what do you think your maximum lot size will be? Yeah, 0.05. Excellent. Now, the reason why is that because you're going to maximum trades, you're going to have 5. So you're risking 5% of your account in total. So you're not going to try and do too much. They always say risk about 5%. You're going to basically trade 5% because you're looking to hopefully get 5%. So most of the time, you're going to have about 5 trades running. So if all 5 trades hit take profit, you've made 5% of your account. Is that correct? Theoretically. So you can do it that way. So what I do is 0.01 lots for every 100. It's just to secure you and stop you from basically blowing your account. If you have too many trades running and they all hit stop loss, and especially if you've got a lot of them on the big stop loss, you risk blowing your account if you do more than 5. So always try and be cautious, think about your account, but also try not to be too greedy. When you get to the point where your trades are in profit, close your trade. If you're happy with the amount, close it. Because I'll tell you one thing, I had one trade that literally nearly hit take profit early this morning, about 1 o'clock in the morning. I wasn't awake. So I saw it, and then I saw it, and I woke up and I saw it literally, because of the spread, which you'll learn about from going through the basic videos, it didn't touch, it didn't close out or anything. So what I did, I watched that trade this morning. When it came back down and got into some profit, I closed it. I said, I'm happy with what I've achieved so far today. I'm closing this trade, and I'm glad I did, because it actually reversed back and went back into a drawdown. So sometimes you've got to make an educated guess. Baz is not going to tell you to close your trade. You are in charge of your account, okay? No one is telling you you should close your account. You are the main person, and he stresses that. It's your account. If you don't feel like going into a trade, don't go into that trade. Yeah, so be careful, but also be confident in yourself. Be satisfied with what you're going to get. Okay, so sometimes, like I said, I'm happy and satisfied with something. I'm going to close it out. Yeah, greed can be one of the worst things ever, but also being sensible when it comes to your trading account is a good thing as well. So being a sensible trader is the best thing in the world. Okay, so like I said, daily stop loss, big stop loss. Daily result today, positive or negative. Not really any drawdown, but you might hit that massive drawdown. But the big stop loss does protect your account and does come back. I was in a trade today on Monday. It came back on Tuesday, nearly hit take profit today. But when it got back in profit, I closed it because I made profit from these sessions today. All right, good. Let's continue. All right, so placing trades. Now, there's keywords you need to look out for when you're placing trades when it comes to Baz. Okay, so one of the things I always stress to people when they're doing these trades and they're placing them, you've got to listen out to the keywords. So he has certain words he says in terms of market execution. Now, market execution means you're going to a trade literally there and then. So what he does is he says that I am buying, which means he's going to a market execution buy trade. Or he says I am selling, which is a market execution sell trade. Now what he does is he will say I am buying, for example, AUD USD for 12 pips. He'll give you a take profit. So what you do is you find AUD USD in your phone, and I'll do that for you now, right now. Okay, and yep, so you're doing that, and then you find it in your phone. Doesn't know why I flipped to active. And then basically what you do is you'll put your take profit in. So here we go. There's my phone. There we go. So I'm going to open MetaTrader 4. So he says, I am buying AUD USD. So I find it. If you can't find it, click the plus symbol, go to your Forex majors and minors and so forth. But if you find it, you press it and you select new order, or if you're on an iPhone, trade. And I'll show that on the next screen. So when you do that, it's a market execution trade. You would type in the take profit. So once you type in the take profit, 0.65765, you would do that and then just click on buy or sell depending on what trade it is. So when you do that, don't worry about the stop loss, because one of the things you can do is you can go back and modify it. So when you go back, he'll take his time and it gives him time to work out. I can't see your screen. Hopefully you're seeing what I'm doing on a computer, because if it's on your phone, it's going to be a bit difficult, but don't worry, this is being recorded, so it will be shared, so don't worry. All right, no problem. So when you're typing it in, you put in the take profit first. I don't put in the stop loss. You don't wait for him to put the stop loss in. Because it's a market execution trade, it's going to be very, very quick. The reason why he puts the take profit in quickly first, because sometimes some of his trades hit take profit straight away. Some of them might take a bit longer. So he puts the take profit in, and then you select buy or sell, and you're done. And then do it that way. So let me access a demo account. There we go. So I'm in a demo account. There we go. So let's do this one. I don't mind losing money in this. So AUD USD. And then I'm going to go to new order, and I'm going to put this in. So I type it in like so, 0.65765. Oops, 5. So I do that and I select to buy. So I'm in the trade. So when I'm in the trade, he's done that. Once he's done that, he types in his stop losses, daily stop loss or big stop loss. So what you do is you press down on it and you select modify order. And then that way, all you need to do is just type in the stop loss that you require, 64261, and you just do it that way. Obviously, I can't do this because the trade's passed, so I'll do that. And then you click on modify at the bottom. So it's just grayed out. So this is just an example, because obviously it's the other way around. I would have done it as a sell, not a buy. There we go. So that's an example. Let me just delete that. So close order. Done. All right. So that's similar to buy and the sell. Okay. Don't worry if you can't see it, Carmen. Don't worry. This is being recorded, so don't worry. If you're watching this on your phone, it's always advised that when you watch these webinars, you watch them on a computer or a laptop so you can see everything. But don't worry if you can't see my phone. It'll be in the recording, so don't worry about that. So it's always good when you do these trades, find the currency pair from the quotes, type in the take profit first, do what he says, the buy, so buy market, and then you modify the trade, and then you basically put in your stop loss of your choice. When you're looking at things, when he says he's doing a pending order, which is a buy stop or a sell stop. Now, a buy stop is an order that's placed above the price. The current price is down here, and he's looking for it to continue to go up. So because he's waiting for it to continue to go up, he's putting it in ahead. So he usually does it above a pivot line. And so he's making a prediction it's going to hit a certain pivot line and then activate. So a buy stop means it's going to continue to rise and continue to go up. When it does that, you have time. So you don't need to rush, take your time, put it in. Now, I'll go through this in a second. I've got another slide for this. He'll give you buy stop and give you the currency pair and then tell you what the price is. So you've got to put the price, which is this bit, the line here. And then basically, you'll put in your take profit and you'll type and choose your stop loss, and you click place. And do the same thing with the other one. So with a sell stop, similar sort of thing, but in reverse. So if basically price is up here and you're waiting for it to come down further, for it to activate and continue to go down, you'll put a sell stop. This is a pending order, okay? So it's not happening now, it's gonna happen later. So you're expecting it to go that way. Sometimes they don't happen, they don't activate. So what he does suggest, by 9:30, 9:45 UK time, you would delete those trades, okay, those pending order trades. So if you've got a pending order trade, you need to delete it by 9:45 the latest, okay, because sometimes those trades, basically those trades are invalid for his trades. Okay, so some other traders let you run over them overnight, but Baz does stipulate any trades that he has given you, if they don't activate as a pending order. So I'll show you what pending orders look like. Bang, bang. There we go. So here we go. So these are pending orders. Okay, so these ones are pending orders. If they don't activate by a certain time, by 9:45 the latest, that's the end of the New York market, you basically select it, delete order, and it will give you a say to delete it. Now these are the teacup trades I've just done. So there we go. So I'll move that back over. So I'm not going closing those ones. So yeah, so it does stipulate that as well. So any pending orders, delete them. Try and remember to do that. I set an alarm to close my pending orders. It'll go off at 9:30, 9:45. So it's good to have an alarm, because sometimes you'll forget and then you'll worry, especially ones if you don't close them on a Friday, because you leave them over the weekend and you're stuck with them. And you've got to wait till I think 9:30, 10 o'clock on Sunday when the Australian market opens. Okay, we're going to keep moving. And there we go. Let me go back. There we go. So, moving stop loss to break even or modifying a trade. Now, sometimes Baz gives out trades that have 30 pips or maybe more or less. And he does stipulate when you are in 10 to 15 pips in profit, you move your loss, your stop loss to break even, or your entry price. So let me show you a good example of this. I've got one here, and you can see this one I've got here. So you can see here is your entry price, and this is where price is currently. Okay, so that's your entry price, and this is where price is currently. So you'll know, you make a note of that. So when it reaches a certain point, so a good example of this, and I've done this for myself. So this is old school maths. This is the sort of maths I do when when I was younger as well. And I've got a few maths teachers in here, so which is really good. So if, for example, you're doing a buy or you're doing a sell, you don't include the last number. You always exclude the last number. And what you do is units, tens, and hundreds. So, for example, if I'm doing a buy, I'm going to add. So if I'm doing 10 pips, I'm going to do a notification and stuff like that. I'm going to show you that afterwards as well. So the green is the units, 10 is the blue, and 100 is 7. Okay, so what would happen is I would add 10 pips. And all I need to do is change the 10, which will be from 5 to 6, because I'll increase it because it's a buy, because it's going up. So then I'll just change that. And what I'll do is I'm going to show you how to create a notification using an app. So when price reaches, if it was for a buy, this number, I would move my stop loss to break even. If it was 15 pips, for example, I would have to change, you can see there's a 5 there, so I would need to change the unit number as well as the 10. So I would change it for this one, I would add 5 to the 2, which will make 7. And then obviously the 1 there, because it's 5, and then there's a 1 there, so 6. So then that will be my 15 pips. So if it reaches this amount, then I would move my stop loss to break even. A sell, for example, will be totally different. You need to take away numbers, you need to subtract them. So here's my numbers, my entries. So say, for example, you always ignore the last number. The last numbers are pipettes. These are pips. These all numbers are pips. That's pipette. I always go units, tens, hundreds. So if I wanted to work out 10 pips, then obviously I would subtract the 1 from the 5 equals the 4. But say, for example, and you can see this from here, if I was taking away 15, if I take away 5 from the 2, it doesn't work. So I need to go old school. I need to take 1 away from the 4. And then that will reduce it down to, and I'll take 1 away from the 5. So that reduces down to 4. So then it would be, and now I need to add, so that would be 12. So then 12 minus 5 equals 7. Now I've got 4 left. So then I'm still subtracting the 1 from the 4, from the 5, so 4 left. Then it will leave me with the 3. So obviously you're taking that away. Hopefully you've got that. It's a bit of old school maths. There are other ways for you to calculate pips and so forth and do that as well. So please make sure that you go through how to get through and go through all that stuff as well. Okay, good. All right, so everyone's okay. Good, good, good. Leah, can't see your screen. No, your phone screen. Okay, let me see. Can everyone see my phone screen on the computer? Let's just double check. Is my phone screen on the computer? Crystal clear, great. All right, good. Brilliant, don't worry, because I'm recording it. I want to make sure it's recorded, no problem. So don't worry, it's on there. All right, so hopefully you understand that, because I'm trying to make it as simple as possible. This is what I used to teach in Canary Wharf when I had about 20, 30 people in one room, and it was just doing this every day to learn the maths and so forth. So it's all good. I know there's a few, like I said, there might be some teachers in here as well that I know of, which is good, and hopefully you get this and understand. Brilliant. All right, so we'll go through that. So when price does reach that amount, you need to modify your trade. So I'll do it right now for you. What you do is you press on the trade, literally press on it, and it gives you the option to modify your order. So when you modify it, there we go. Make sure that you've made a note of your entry. If you're on an iPhone, you can make a note of where your entry is because you need to modify it. Those on Android, you have the added advantage of seeing your entry up here. So you can easily see it, then you just make a note for it. And then what you do is, when it reaches a certain point, you just type it in here, and then you click on modify to modify the trade. Okay? So that shouldn't be a problem at all. All right, let's get to the next bit. There we go. Oh, that's nice. All right, so there's an app to set notifications. Okay, I use this all the time because you can't always keep an eye on your trade and you don't want to keep watching it and so forth. So a good way of doing this is using an app called Core Levels. It's on the App Store on Apple and Android. Good app. It's called Core Levels. That's the symbol, so when you look for it and so forth, there it is there. Okay, so when you get into the Core Levels app, I've done some screenshots for you, so it will help you. You open it up like so. So once you register and you go through it and everything else, you put your name and details in, you'll get it like this. You can see I've created one already. You click the plus symbol. And then you go to Forex. Now this works well with Forex, doesn't work well with indices. I think you can't see all of them. Yeah, so the indices, you don't really have all the list there. So it works for Forex. There are other apps you can use to do indices and other ones as well. There's one I use called the Swiss Forex app. So you can use that one if you've got indices. But for Forex, just use that for now because Baz does do Forex trades. So click on Forex, and then what you can do is you can select your currency pair. If it's, say, for example, I'll show you right now. If, for example, it's got US over there and you want to swap them around, just click the swap button and it switches over like so. And there we go. Once you've chosen your currency pair, you select next, and then you can type in the target price. So you can see, if I go back, yeah, I selected, because it was a sell, I selected the 10 pips notification. Okay, so I selected 10 pips like so. So what it does round it up. So it doesn't really include the last number. So when you do it, it's a notification. I usually put a note in there. So hit 10 pips, move to break even. So when the notification does come up on your phone, you will basically know what it means. Because I like putting notes in, because before I never used to put notes in. And I go, what's this for? I can't remember what's this for? So it's always good to have a reminder in there, a notification, so you know that it's hit 10 pips, you know when to move it and so forth. And then it will come up on your list of notifications, and I can show you right now, and I can select it, and it will see there's my note. There's my note. So what happens is it'll do that, and you can modify and edit it. You can also see, if I click on hit levels, you can see all my other ones that I've done before. So I've got loads, and a notification comes up on your phone. So at least you can set a reminder. This stops you from having to always watch your trades. The whole point of you trading, and the whole point of it is for you to not sit there for ages waiting there for your trade to reach a certain point. So having these tools and notifications to help and assist you is always important. So it's a great way for you to relax, have a cup of tea and so forth, having these notifications. So it's really, really good. Hope everyone's okay with that. Great, excellent. So let's get on to the next bit. It's the Ichimoku clouds. Baz uses them a lot. It is the versatile indicator that defines the support and resistance, identifies the trend direction, engages momentum, and provides trading signals. So it's a great way for you to know what direction a trade is and engages it. So if it's a red one, obviously it's a downward trend, and obviously a green one. So it tells you, gives you sort of like a gauging the momentum of where things are going in terms of a trade. So he uses it a lot. Baz will go in great detail. He has his own special settings for that as well. But once he gets, we give some settings, I'll show you some settings for that. Usually he's starting to use his Infinity tool, and I'll go into greater detail about that as well. So it's great. Yep, it's a great, it's a great visual indicator, because I use it a lot just to see indication of where my trade's going. Obviously, if I see it showing red, you can see the red lines going there, and then green is obviously prediction of an uptrend, and everything else. So you can see it went green there and went red down there from earlier. So it's a great tool to use. So I use that a lot. Here we go. All right, so placing trades. So those who are new, who haven't placed trades before, obviously iPhone, when you select a currency from your quote list, select trade. Android will say new order. So obviously there are two differences. I know someone was watching my phone, who was like, I don't know how to place trade, but I forgot iPhone different to Android. So you do that way. And then what you do next is, obviously you've got market executions here. But when you select the market execution, it will open up your pending orders. So you'll be able to see all the pending orders, so you'll be able to select them there. So when you're putting a trade in, which is a market execution, it will give you your lot sizes. So you can choose your lot size, so 0.01 for every £100. Okay, so if you've got £200, 0.02, £300, 0.03. Because remember, Baz is going to give you around about 5 trades max that are running. So basically you're risking about 5% of your account. You put your stop loss in here. So that's it there. iPhone is different because it's going to have it a different way, but you know which one's your stop loss, because it's your stop loss. Take profit there as well. So it's a market execution trade. Pending looks different because it gives you the option to put the price in. So remember earlier, I showed you about the price. There we go. There we go. So if you're doing a pending order, we go back. You see, it gives you the price. So you'll put it in there. That's the price. So you'll put that in, and you're able to put your take profit and your stop loss. There we go. Yep. Oops, there we go. And then what you'll do is you put your stop loss and you take profit, and you select place to place that trade. Okay. Can you repeat again? All right, I'll repeat again. Don't worry, Jess, I'll repeat again. So when you're doing your trades, find your list from your quotes. So you're going to select trade if you're on the iPhone, or new order. So I'll show you quickly. So from your list, you'll find a list of trades like so. Just press on it and it'll give you the option. Because I've got an Android, it will say new order. If it's Android, sorry, I've got Android. If it's iPhone, it will say trade. If it's Android, it will say new order. Once you've done that, I'll just let you show you for a second. There we go. You've got an option for market execution trades. Okay, location unstable. Just be careful, my internet's a bit unstable. Good, it's fine. All right, so you've got market execution here. If you tap it, it'll give you the menu list to put your pending orders in. So you can select buy stop and sell stop easily. So you can see buy stop looks different. It gives you a price. So when we had the trade earlier, there we go. it gave you, it was a buy stop. Oops, there we go. So he will give you the price of where you want to put it. So then you put that price in that point there. Similar to, also you'll see it in on the iPhone, similar sort of thing which says price. And then obviously you put your take profit, which is TP, and you choose your stop losses. That's the DSL or the BSL. Okay, SL means stop loss, TP means take profit. And then you'll place it. Okay, so we go back. So don't worry. There we go. So you'll put it in there like so. You'll make sure your lot sizes are correct. Always check your lot sizes. I've had people do silly things and forget their lot sizes, or they've opened their first demo account and it's like one lot. I even traded with someone, and funnily enough, he forgot to change his lot size, and he was trading 10 lots per pip, and luckily it went in his favor, where he made 2 pips and he made about 4 grand. But don't take those chances because you can lose money as well. So yeah, you put it in like so, and you select place if it's a pending order, and if it's a market execution, like Baz always puts in, is take profit. You put it, you choose buy or sell, then you go back and you modify the trade. Okay, so when you modify the trade and you have a trade open, 3 of my trades are just open right now. So you go, some more pending orders just opened. I'll just go in and modify the trade and then change it to break even, or modify it and put the stop loss in, sorry. So there you go. So if you put the teacup trades in that came out today, 2 of them more have I just activated. Excellent. All right, so we've done all these. Fantastic. What about sell or buy limit? So Baz does not do sell or buy limit. So sell and buy limit, I can describe them to you. So let me just go back to buy stop and sell stop. So sell and buy limit are 2 different ones. So you'll see there's ones, you know, when you see them in the teacup ones, buy limit and sell limit. So ignore all of this bit line here, yeah? So if it was a buy limit, price is coming down for a sell. When it comes down, you're expecting it to go back up for a buy. So you have price here, and it comes down, bounces off that, and goes up for a buy. Similar sort of thing with a sell stop. Price is going up, hits your price, and you're predicting to go back down for a sell. So let me repeat that again. Okay, so sell, buy limit and sell limit. Okay, so buy limit is when you basically see price go down for a sell and then go back up for a buy. All right, I'm just going to get you a picture right now just to help you lot out and so you can see it. There we go. And if I just bring it over, there we go. And that might help. There we go. It's a bit slow, my internet. There we go. So you can see buy limit, price is going down for the sell, it bounces off, you're expecting it to around that price, it might go down, but you're expecting it to go up for a buy. Same for sell limit, it's going up for a buy, and price, you're expecting it to come down for a sell. All right, great. Best thing to do also, watch the 100 series videos, please, please, please. It's always good to watch the 100, the 200 series videos. Baz always says, watch the 100, 200 so you can understand it. All right, so that is in the 100 series. So watch that, it does go into detail. And also Manny's boot camp, which is really good. Now, Baz has a tool called the Infinity Tool. So he's been using this and it's coming out very, very soon. We were still waiting for it. It's going to come. And it's very simple, very, very simple. So I'll give you a quick example. He has 3 lines, a major line, a minor line, and an entry line. When the major line and the minor line are under the cloud and the entry line is above the cloud, then you're going for a buy. So it's green, so you've got green, 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 above the cloud, you're going for a buy. As soon as it starts turning red, Baz always says, wait a couple of candles. If it's still red, you can leave that trade. So it's a great tool. There is training on it. I did training with Baz, and I can share that in the link. Share that later on. If those who missed it, it was a couple of weeks ago. Similar for a cell. The major line and my line needs to be above the cloud, and the entry line needs to be below it. And so red, red, red below the cloud, and you enter this trade and catch all these pips. But also have notifications to let you know when to go into these trades. So it's a fantastic tool. He uses it in his morning sessions now, so it'll be coming soon. If you do want to practice with pivots, it's $21.95 to purchase it, and you can access it and get into the education as well for one of the other educators. You can watch Baz's sessions because he's in the Forex section. He's covered in your price, but you don't have access to pivots, so you need to purchase pivots to get the pivot tool. His Infinity Tool's coming out soon. It's an add-on. Prices to be confirmed. So once it's confirmed, you'll be able to know what it is. Okay, so personal development with Baz. This is his channel. So he is channel number 38. You can watch his recorded sessions. They're in order based on the date. So you can see the latest ones will be the first one and then going forward for each day. His favorite sessions, he does cover his theory and how he uses pivots. So if you go to his favorite sessions, you'll see it there. We have theory number 1, strategy number 1, and strategy number 2. So 2 different strategies that are available to you on pivots. So if I show you pivots like so, you'll see here, which is strategy number 1, and strategy number 2 gives you greater detail, telling you what you need to do to go into it. So let me show you right now. So where is take profit, where's your entry, where you sell, and so forth. And he goes into detail how this is done. So it's a great tool to watch, great one to watch there. And you have access to this with no extra charge. But the best way to learn is to learn with the actual tool. So if you do want to purchase pivots and learn how to use it, it's a great tool, and do that. There's another educator I would recommend, that is Lee Allen. She's the other educator that uses pivots. Now she's really, really good, and she goes into great detail about how to use pivots. You can only access her sessions if you've got the pivot package, but she does go into, and if you check her favorite sessions, she does pivots 101. So she went into great detail and explained the different pivots, how they work, and so forth. Great session. She goes into how to enter trades and her way of using pivots. Both she complements, her sessions complement Baz. So if you really want to learn pivots, it's really good to learn from both of them. They are great educators. I watch her sessions, and her sessions are really good. She's very calm, and she's a great educator. I really enjoy her. Okay, so she's channel 14. Pivot settings. Okay, someone mentioned this before in one of my teams. To get the pivot settings that I can show you. So if you do purchase pivots, and let's go back to strategy 1, and I go here. There we go. So you do purchase pivots. When you access pivots, you can get your settings. So you automatically have the EMAs. So they're already set. They're already done for you. So when you want to get to settings, you click on the settings there, and you can access the settings there. But there's one indicator missing, which is the clouds. So if I go to indicators, and then I just type in cloud, there we go, and it's there, like so. So it'll add in there, and there's the cloud there. Now, what I've done is I've just created my own settings for the clouds. You can take a picture of this, but don't forget this is being recorded, so you can see it. So I've got here, we've got the different EMAs. These are already set, so you're fine. 50, 100, 200. The one you need to look at is the cloud, which is fine. That's the settings there. Baz has tweaked his settings a bit, but this should be fine because I look at it, it matches up. What I've done is I've only clicked on the pivot, the plot backgrounds, and I made them a bit thicker, so a bit darker, so you can see them. So I made them 50%. So I'll show you right now. And what you do is, and I can show you, and this is a great way for you to save your settings as well. So you can see here, if I go to the settings, the cog, and I go to the style, if I click on that, you can see I put 50%. So basically it's a bit see-through. If I put it all the way up, you can't see it. So it covers up and it's too dark. So I just make it a bit see-through and just do 50%. So you can still see the lines going through it, and you can see what's an uptrend, and you can see that's a good indicator of where things are going. And then when you've done your settings, all you need to do is go to here and save it, and it will tell you to put a name in for your settings, and you save it, and it's done. Baz does put in the, if I go to click on this cog here and you select time zone, you can do the session breaks as well. So you know the full 24 hours between the sessions and so forth. And also I changed the time at the bottom for my time zone, which is London. Some people change it to your time zone so you know the times and they fit in with you. And it's a great, great tool so you can see it. I use it, say for example, if I know some of you are doing DAX, so you can see here, like so, and you see DAX went down, it kept going down. See, it's gone to the -2, so it's literally oversold at the moment. It could go down to the -3, so it could be going back up. At the point in time when I was looking at this, and the pivot lines do change, it was actually +1 at this point, and then obviously it went down. So pivot lines do change in reflection to how the trades are. So this does change quite a bit. But like I said, watch the previous sessions, watch the favorite sessions, watch Lee Allen if you do want to do pivots and so forth. It's great. Yep, excellent. Definitely going back up. Yes, Philip, I know that. I can see that. Yeah, DAX is definitely going back up. So you can see it's way oversold. So it's going to come back up and so forth. So it's a good tool, especially when the Infinity tool comes out. So great apps to have on your phone. Core Levels, Go Live is on a mobile app as well, so you can watch Go Live on the move. If you're able to do split screen, which I'm able to do, I have Go Live open, and I have my MetaTrader open as well. If I'm out and about, I can watch them both. Also, the IM Academy app for the Pip Talk. So great apps to have. These are really essential. Put your notifications in and so forth. And other educators, yes. Like we will say, there's other educators to complement your learning. Dr. Kathy for the ECC 11. If you want to learn more about ECC 11, check out Sassy's session. She's brilliant at that, and she'll go through in detail in terms of that. We've got Kevin Serrano, Lee Allen, Kimberly Torres, and Luke Nonmeyer. These do require additional packages, especially Kim and Luke. They do quite require you, especially Kim, US 30 on top of the Gold Cup. Very profitable trader. I used to do a lot of US 30 with Kim and made a lot of money with her. Ballet, Granville, using Web Analyzer and Fabretta. Okay, and obviously the main man himself, Manny Quinones, with his harmonics. You don't need any additional stuff. You just need to make sure you watch the 100, 200 series videos, and also gone through his favorite sessions, which is the boot camp, and also all his boot camp videos, and learn his multi-fire strategy. So it's always good to learn, learn, learn. We're always learning. It's always great to learn. Okay, fantastic. All right, any questions? I know we're just coming to an end. Anybody's got any questions? Don't worry. This is being recorded.
So after you look, how can you locate this after it's all recorded? Is it? So
yeah, I'm gonna upload it into my YouTube, and I'm gonna send it out to everyone.
That would be fantastic. Thanks.
Yeah, no, I'm always happy to help. I'm gonna do the same thing again next week.
Brilliant, really helpful.
Yeah,
I've only been doing it 2 weeks. This is really helpful. Help me out brilliantly.
No, that's all right. Always happy to help everyone. So yeah, once I finish this, I will upload it to my YouTube and should be sharing it with you within the hour.
Okay, brilliant. That's fantastic.
Okay, thank you everyone. I appreciate you all coming. And once Infinity is out, Baz has.
What's your YouTube address anyway?
What's that? My YouTube address. Oh yeah. Just type in I'm David Talbot into YouTube, and you'll find my previous session with Baz, where he goes through the Infinity tool. I will upload this one because this session was a good session. So just type me into.
That's brilliant. Yeah, fantastic.
And you can follow me, and I'll put it up there, and you'll get a notification, and I'll share it. We'll put it in the Telegram group as well. And I've got other videos in there, especially for beginners. So if those of you are stuck on how to use the IM Center. It's one of my old videos, but also I've done tutorials on how to access, and if you go to my playlist, how to use the IM Center if you're brand new and everything else. And yeah, so you can see it there. There's a session with Baz from 2 weeks ago on how to use the Infinity tool. So yeah, I'll do an updated version of how to use the Breakfast Club, which is this one, and everything else. So thank you, everyone. Yep, done an hour. I will be doing this again next week, so feel free to pop along. But you should be capable and able to do this yourselves. And yep, and look forward to seeing you all on the other training. Des is doing launches for anybody who's new, who just started. But I'm guessing most of you are not, but don't worry. Tomorrow, Mr. Poku will be doing his DAX. So I am looking forward to that. That's going to be amazing. So if you want to learn more about DAX, fire tomorrow. And if you want to learn about the basics, check out Jessica as well. Thank you, everyone. You've been amazing. So I hope to see you again soon. Have a good evening. Bye.